All right, so here we go. We're gonna start in the bow here. We got side profiles. And one thing I'll say after paddling both these boats is that the knee bumps obviously higher on the Dagger, much more comfortable boat. Wade, you fit in this boat. What are you clocking? What's your specs?
I'm 5'10", 180, and I paddle this boat pretty easy, and I wear shoes in this boat.
Shoes in the boat.
And I got a size 9, and I just wear my Hayaks in it. I could probably fit Razzlers in it and be fine. These knee bumps bring your knee up really high, so my kneecap lands about right there, which puts my foot right in this bump right here. So it works out perfect, because I can paddle the Supernova and Nova pretty easy.
Yeah, that's one interesting thing they definitely did with this bow is they extruded it ever so slightly in the front, and it's really nothing much that you could see, but you could feel it in your feet in the whole room. And this thing obviously is a way shorter and more of a torture chamber. You would be hard pressed to fit your shoes in there. This Delirious does have the foot bumps that after the molding tech process, they took a big form up there and they kind of just extended it, and you get like 2 extra gallons. According to the specs.
So this is the Delirious XL,
Delirious
right?
XL.
And the only
correct.
thing different is this bump.
Yeah.
Not the specs.
Same amount of rocker profile.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So this is one of the newer Delirious. I think it was released in 2014. Has a ratcheting back band and the foot bumps like we talked about. You know, I was talking to Steven at the splat contest, and he said that he would take these and flatten them back out when he got it.
Yeah, he told me the same thing.
Yeah.
He's like, when he got one, the first thing he did was heat up and put it back down.
All right, so now we're gonna move on to the cockpit area here in the Nova. And you got a water bottle carrier, really nice pillar right here. That's really easy to carry this boat. Standard Dagger contour outfitting. Yeah,
yes,
contour ergo.
That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm. I didn't really remember this strap until halfway down Browns Canyon, so that really helped after I wrenched that up.
Leg lifter.
Yeah, leg lifter. Got your back band adjustment, hip pads, buckles, same thing you guys are used to. Behind
what
the
did
seat.
You say? How many buckles are in a Dagger boat?
Oh yeah,
I was like, how many licks to get to the bottom of the Tootsie Roll? How many buckles are in a Dagger boat?
They're rich in buckles. Yep, there's the stern. And then yeah, so love the seat. Wade, what do you have to say about the Dagger seat there?
This is a unique seat to the Novas and Supernovas. This looks kind of like, this is what they call the tank style rotomolded seat. And it kind of looks like what's in the Rewind and Code, but it's really not. This one's like a little lighter and it's more narrow up in the front. This is a whole new step out pillar. This is a whole new bracket here. So all of this is new for the Nova only. So the Nova and Supernova have their own unique seat, not that's in the Code and Rewind.
Interesting. Cool.
And you know, this being a rotomolded seat and step out pillar adds a lot of safety to a full slice boat.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, people are running, you know, harder stuff in a full slice.
And
so.
would you say it adds to the rigidity? Like
yes.
When you boof and
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
It's super. It makes this whole area just safer. It keeps it concussion. So if this was going to fold, it would fold up in here instead of on your knees.
Right. Right, give you a chance to get out, possibly.
I mean, still it's going to be painful. It's going to fold right
but
on
I mean,
I don't recommend running Class 5 and slicey boats, me personally.
you know, the Prijon, they're really, really hard, springy plastic, but there are no pillars in this boat, so definitely not even in the stern, nothing.
That's what shocked me, that they went with pillars in the pike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're really trying to just up their like overall safety, but anyways, we'll move on here to the seat of the Delirious. It's pretty simple. I got it padded out slightly. Water bottle holder right here. Seat is adjustable. There's 5 different spots on it. These ratchets come from Italy and they work really well. I'm gonna go over a video more when I have more time, do some Delirious walkthrough.
They go in reverse.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then in order to release them, you just push them all the way forward, and it kind of presses on this buckle.
I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, if you ever need spare Prijon parts, my buddy Landis Arnold in Boulder has a bunch, and I have some spare ratchets, some spare ladders, excuse me. So yeah, let's move on to the stern, then we'll flip these bad boys over. The Nova, you know, after paddling both these boats, I'll tell you what, the sterns feel really, really similar. You got similar width, similar depth, similar length, similar rocker profile. You could see there's just some more rocker in that Nova, which really helps with those late boofs, the edge boofs, you know, and playful, of course, too. But yeah, Delirious just definitely disappears behind that.
This definitely comes in with more of a taper, really hard taper here. And if you compare it, it's kind of like a small rewind stern. If you looked at the back of the rewind,
look like a small rewind.
it's kind of like a rewind that the way that tapers off there and goes in. It almost like they took the rewind and just brought it in.
Yep.
And it performs that way too, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very very pivoty, very nice stern, very balanced stern squirts all day. No grab handle, but these grab handles make it really easy to pick this boat up.
Tying down to a car
with one,
running a strap through there, and
yeah, these grab handles are kick-ass. They really put
because where these are, your bars would have to be so far apart on your car to run through.
Yeah, these are pointless. You know what I mean? I was trying to get pulled up at postage due, and like they couldn't even do it with this like vertical handle here. There was like
I am not a fan of
somebody was about to
I love
break
handles that are like this for pulling. Does that just not make sense?
Somebody was about to just like break their wrist on that shit. But yeah, no, and there's so many holes in a Prijon. It's so annoying.
Well, because of their manufacturing process, they can't put inserts. So everything on a Prijon is drilled.
Yep.
Everything is drilled with screws and bolts on it.
Or rivets. Like
yeah, riveted. That's right, riveted
this is the only like you know, it's like glued on there, and then that's like pre-sunk in the form. So cool. Let's flip these over and check out the bottoms, where all the magic happens. So kind of hard to see in this light, but you know, you got very similar holes. You know, the inspiration for the Nova and the Supernova was taken from the Delirious because it's one of the all-time best, loosest holes for a full slice. One thing I noticed after paddling both of these boats is that how the Prijon is a little bit lifted right here before the lip. It allows it to like rock spin more freely, and like when I'm spinning on rocks, like splat wheeling on rocks, I get like a little bit less resistance and less of this edge, because this edge is like pretty far away from that rock. Whereas on the Nova here, you have a very similar action going, but just like a little bit more severe lip.
Yeah, it's almost like, if you look at the Nova, it comes in a sharp point where this is tapered. It comes down and then it tapers down where it comes like that. And it's almost like a secondary china. It's like, there's almost like another rail running right here on this boat. And then it breaks off. You notice that?
Yeah, that is interesting.
Where this is just like, that's just like super sharp. And I agree with you. When I'm on rocky runs, I did that pine. Dude, every time I was coming off things, I could feel that edge just grabbing.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite. You know, and I wish I had a Prijon Fever, because that had a little bit more aggressive edge.
Okay.
That was designed by a different person. And it's like the Fever's bow feels like this bow, and then this stern feels like a Delirious stern.
Okay.
Because the Fever was so small in the bow that like I could just do anything.
Yeah, this has a rail coming all the way out to the very tip right here. Where you look at their rails, it starts kind of fading out, and there's nothing right here. Nothing. So it's just like super smooth about that whole area. Where you look, there's a rail almost seriously from bow, and I mean literally from bow to stern on the Novas.
Yeah, I mean the Nova is an absolute surfing machine. It's a really fun boat. I was lucky enough to get to take it down Browns. Got some footage of that, and yeah, these boats, just two beautiful looking boats, man. The evolution of full slice right here really is.
It really is. What year was this one?
Pretty sure 2014, one of the last years they made it.
That's actually a pretty recent full slice.
Yeah.
Because a lot of full slices are like 2002, 2003. So you got 2014 and 2022.
Yeah, they ran the Delirious for a few years. And and yeah, they made less of them as like it went on, but they kept tweaking with the design, obviously, with the foot bumps. So
yeah, and so that you got blow molded plastic and rotomolded plastic, and you could tell. So since 2014, you've been running this boat a lot, and it still looks in really good shape. That shows you the advantage of that blow molded process, and it's super stiff all the way through.
so stiff, man.
Yeah.
Like when I come off of boots in this thing, like it's always a solid slap. When I'm like rock spinning, I don't feel rocks on the bottom of my feet as much, you know.
Yeah.
Like when you piton, of course you get that shock, but I mean, I roll over stuff and I just don't feel it. Even with that seat, that seat doesn't make much contact with the boat.
No.
And like I think that's a really nice feature of the Prijons. And where it does, there's foam right here that you can't see, but it's pretty empty, cavernous down here. And
Where's your pleasure pod? What do you put in there?
that's Pleasure Pod. Yeah.
Where's it at?
She's absent because she brings me enough pleasure. I don't need no pod. Fucking pod. Talk about killing your legs. So yeah, this is the Prijon Delirious, and this is the Dagger Nova. Comes out in June 2022. And hit up your local retailer. If you're in Colorado, hit up CKS. Four Corners will probably have them too. And yeah, slash.
So this boat's
slash trace
discontinued, just to know.
Yes,
You
this
can't
boat
get
is
this
no
one.
longer in production. There's no competition for this boat.
Well, there you go.
Thanks, Wade, for coming along. Appreciate it.
Right here.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, see you guys on the river.